Well, it's a great day, and I am so thrilled to be here with Pat Hogan and Dr. Dear James Kroll with North American Whitetail. So I'm wondering if you had some advice for someone who, let's say they're very passionate about hunting and they've just purchased their first piece of property. What suggestions do you have for them as far as equipment that they want to invest in order to create a perfect habitat?
That's a great question, Amber. First of all, we're thrilled to be here too. So, we're really excited to be on this property in Minnesota and working with you guys and your equipment. But to answer your question, I think there's a number of ways to look at it. You got to start somewhere, and not everybody has the same level of resources, James.
Right.
So, you got to look at what you can afford and what's going to have the most impact on your efficiency from a management perspective. I'm sure you have a couple ideas on what the first purchases would be.
There's equipment you can't live without.
Okay.
The size of it will be limited by how much you can afford. But a tractor is mandatory. You got to have some kind of a tractor. You need something like a rotary cutter. Everybody's got to have a rotary cutter. And then you're going to have to. I hope you're going to be planting food plots. So you're going to have something that can prepare the ground and plant your seed. That runs a whole host of things. The quick attach equipment is a one-pass machine. And that's a great one. It replaces a bunch of other equipment. You're going to have to buy a disc, probably a broadcast spreader. That is a minimum. Something to put your fertilizer out, maybe the same spreader. So you're going to have to be able to plant things, and you're going to have to be able to mow things. That's the number one group of equipment that I see.
I think the other piece of advice I would put out there is that this should be a long-term investment too. So you've got a budget to work with, but you want to make sure you're buying quality equipment that's going to last a long time. That's key.
Yeah, buy the best you can afford. A lot of people run up to one of these tractor stores and they'll buy something that's made out of looks like somebody recycled beer can, or plastic or something, and it won't last, and you've wasted a lot of money. I've seen people buy a plastic spreader every year. It's become a throwaway item instead of buying a good piece of equipment. And then maintain it. Maintenance is the biggest problem once people get equipment, is they're very poor about maintenance. And you don't maintain any piece of equipment the morning you're going to go work. You need to schedule maintenance, and you need to make sure that all your equipment's working well.
So you also mentioned food plots.
Yeah.
So if someone is wanting to either plant that first food plot or expand on the food plots that they already have on their property, do you have any recommendations for what they should be planting in order to be conducive to a whitetail habitat?
Yeah. The starter kit is a good cereal grain that is adapted to cool season. We like oats a lot. Oats are wheat, but if you plant wheat, you're cutting yourself 40% yield right off the bat. But you want to get something that is cold tolerant. And if first year, I would just advise people just to plant a cereal grain, and then you work your way into the legumes. You can't, when it comes to deer nutrition, and we've been looking at this for almost 50 years, you can't beat a good legume in a cereal grain.
And the other side of it is that you got to consider where you're at, in the geographic spectrum. What's going to work well up here for a warm season food plot may not work quite as well down where I come from in Georgia. And some of what we use, we'll plant cowpeas down south as a warm season plot. Not necessarily the best choice up here in Minnesota. So geographic range and soil quality, both come into play there.
Well, thank you so much. Appreciate that, Pat and Jim. And it's a beautiful day here in Minnesota, which is where we manufacture over 150 attachments. And we invite you to visit us at www.quickattach.com, where you can buy factory direct straight from us to you.